Currently in your area, 58 degrees under cloudy skies. The forecast for your area. Your extended forecast.
Hell on wheels. The rain hasn't stopped. It's loud and we're...
New crispier, cheesier.
Hot Pockets!
What's new about Ziploc? Is your idea of storage a bit too square? With Ziploc big bags, tight spaces are perfect places. For storage, don't box it. Ziploc big bag it. Ziploc, designed with you in mind. What's new about Ziploc? When it comes to storage, are you left holding the bag? Ziploc big bags with new reinforced handles really pull their weight. For bulky stuff, don't just bag it. Ziploc big bag it. Ziploc, designed with you in mind.
Burning, itching, but the pain's the worst. I should have used
Preparation H Cream. Burning, itching, plus maximum strength pain relief on contact. The most complete relief from Preparation H. Pain relief on contact.
If you're self-employed, own a home-based business, or need insurance for your family, do it.
We've got a wide variety of weather to talk about tonight, from blizzards to wildfires to a tropical system.
I know, and the very latest tropical system, Tammy, rolled into the southeast coast Wednesday night. Well, the system quickly strengthened. It was not a major problem for many, but it did cause flooding in St. Mary's, Georgia. Good evening, everybody. I'm Hillary Andrews and with Dave Schwartz, and thank you so much for watching the Weather Channel Evening Edition West Coast.
It has been a wild day of weather across the country. Let's get a look at some of the graphics having to do with Tammy as it moves on shore. Notice the rainfall just expanding it through North Carolina, South Carolina, and all the way back toward Macon and Atlanta, Georgia. Rainfall could produce flooding, just like we saw on the video. And
some areas, but with that snow blowing around, 94 actually closed. Western parts of Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, looks like you're just going to be on the fringe, some overnight rain snow mix of it, but you should be basically out of the big snow band there. Finally clearing out on your Friday. We will see a few Chicago rain showers, maybe a little snow come Marquette. This is going to be a lake effect snow. And then we get a nice little warm-up. Warm-ups, as long as we're talking about it. Starting with the cold. This is your Thursday. Fargo 39, 47 in Minneapolis. Keep in mind, waking up, it's going to feel more like the teens out there. We can get a nice warm up though. Rapid City makes its way up to 64. Denver 73. Still in the 50s though in Minneapolis, Chicago, and Green Bay. We kind of warm everybody up come Saturday with Des Moines at 60, 62 in Kansas City. Perfect weather for watching outdoor football games out there. But let's go from our ice story to our fire story. What's going on there, Dave?
Well, this is fire season, Hillary, and the Santa Ana winds return.
Sure, in 5 irresistible flavors. It's nutrition for a healthier you.
So I get this sinus headache, you know, with congestion and pressure, and somebody says,
Whatever it is, you kidding me? I give it up to God. I'm a God warrior.
Becomes unreal.
He's not a Christian.
The most compelling footage
Gargoyles, psychics,
ever caught on tape.
and I don't want someone hating, doing anything with my family.
Training spouses meet your new mommy returns with an episode you won't believe.
Get the hell out of my house.
This November on Fox.
Tonight, innocent victim.
I thought they were going to kill me at this point.
Police search for 3 teens they say brutally attacked a disabled man as he walked down the street. Will the Supreme Court block Oregon's final exit? Our state's assisted suicide law faces the ultimate test. But first, investigating an attempted kidnapping.
It's so scary now to let little girls out by themselves at any time of day.
A teenage girl says this man tried to lure her into his van, and only Fox 12 is there for the arrest. The story is first on Fox.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. First on Fox tonight, a teenage girl runs for help, and our cameras are rolling as cops bust a man they say tried to grab her. This is some video of officers taking Hugo Alvarado after the incident at Scoffins in Maine and Tigard. KBTV's Deborah Gill joins us now live with the video you'll see only on 12. Deborah?
Shauna, this is the latest attempt to get a girl into a minivan. It happened here at this bus stop this afternoon. And tonight you can still see the suspect's van is here. The MO is eerily similar to at least 2 other recent cases. Tonight, bus riders at the Tigard Transit Center are scared by what happened here and just blocks away.
But I would be concerned with girls that young being out by themselves when things like that are happening all the time. It's just scary.
Tigard police say at about 3 this afternoon, a 16-year-old girl was walking down Scoffins toward the bus stop at Maine. She told police she saw this man, Hugo Alvarado, standing next to this gray van. She says Alvarado came toward her asking for directions. Then he asked personal questions and kept coming toward her. Police say he tried repeatedly to get her to go with him and at one point grabbed her arm and pulled her toward the van. She was able to get loose and walk to the transit center to get help from a TriMet officer. Cheryl Swanda owns a business near the bus stop and watched as police surrounded the minivan and talked to the driver.
Well, I'm sorry that she felt she had to walk so far to get help.
Police say this is very similar to 2 other recent attempted kidnappings in the metro area. On Monday, a girl waiting for a school bus in Gresham was approached by 2 Hispanic men. They tried to get her into a green minivan after asking for directions. Almost 2 weeks ago, a 15-year-old girl was approached by a Hispanic man in a minivan at Clackamas Town Center. He also asked for directions, grabbed her arm, and told her to come with him. Similar stories, but tonight, an arrest.
If it's the guy, then that's good that they caught him. But it is frightening that it's right here close to the business in this downtown area.
Until police know for sure, bus riders like Jana Weiss are carrying mace.
It's scary for, you know, female or male anyway these days, but female walking around at nighttime.
Now, so far, Tigard police are only charging Hugo Alvarado with harassment. They're waiting to see if other agencies connect him to their very similar cases. Reporting live tonight in Tigard, Deborah Gill, the 10 o'clock news.
Washington County deputies are looking for information on a sex assault and armed robbery. Monday night, a man broke into a home on Southwest 185th Avenue through an unlocked window. Police say that he stole money from the woman who lives there and threatened her with a weapon. That's when deputies say he sexually assaulted her. Cops say the suspect may have been using drugs at the time and may have been known to the victim. If you have any information that could help lead to an arrest, call Washington County deputies. A Vancouver man is stabbed and left for dead, but he survived, and tonight he is speaking out because his attackers are still on the loose. It happened just before 8 o'clock yesterday morning behind Fort Vancouver High School off Northeast 4th Plain Boulevard. KPTV's Jamie Wilson is live in Vancouver now with the interview you'll see only on 12. Jamie?
Well, the stabbing victim is also disabled. So when he was walking through these trees here on his crutches, he thinks his attackers saw him as an easy target, someone they could bash over the head with a branch and stab several times. The sound and the mere sight of a baseball field is a trip down memory lane for 31-year-old Ozzie Curtis.
I was just going to go reminisce and walk around the ballpark.
And that's exactly where he was headed yesterday morning when Ozzie says he was brutally attacked.
I'm walking down the path and I hear the sound of wind coming. It sounds like a bat swinging. But I'm on crutches, so I can't duck.
Ozzie says 3 young men jumped out from behind a tree and hit him over the head with a bat or a branch. They took him down to the ground. He tried to fight back.
As hard as I could, I threw an elbow and landed it right in the guy's nose.
But then Ozzie says the men slashed his left hand. There was blood everywhere, and Ozzie believed they were going to kill him.
I thought he punched me in my right side, but he stabbed me. But then he cut me in the leg here, and then he sliced me on my left side, and that's when I started realizing that they were gonna slice me up.
Instead, the men swiped $40 from Ozzy's pocket and ran off. Then 2 girls walking to school found him and called for help.
I do remember saying, call the cops, call 911. I got robbed, and they killed me.
Tonight, Ozzy knows he is lucky to be alive, but he worries that those men may be looking for another victim.
If they see them, get away, because I highly doubt knives are going to be what they use next time. They're wanted now.
And tonight, Vancouver police tell me they're looking for 3 teenage boys, all of them Asian. If you know anything about this stabbing attack, call police. Live in Vancouver tonight, Jamie Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, the FBI needs your help to catch a team of bank robbers. 3 men robbed the First Independent Bank on Northeast St. John's in Vancouver around 10:30 this morning. These are surveillance pictures of the crime. Now, the men were wearing masks, but investigators hope their shoes or clothing will tip someone off. Witnesses say the men had dark skin. They were probably African American or East Indian, according to witnesses. Officers did recover the getaway car, that Jeep Cherokee. If you have any information, call the FBI. Tonight, Portland police are investigating a high school stabbing. It happened this morning at David Douglas High in southeast Portland. Officers say 2 14-year-old boys were fighting when one pulled out a knife and cut the other boy. The victim suffered minor injuries and is expected to be okay. So far, police have not filed any charges in the case.
A scam at a Tigard ATM may have given a crook access to your bank account. A customer using his ATM card to draw money out of the machine noticed the device known as a skimmer. Police say that the bad guy also used a camera to capture some personal information. KPTV's David Wilson joins us live from the U.S. Bank ATM in Tigard with more. Dave?
Yeah, the man who found the device found it at this ATM at 71st and 99W this afternoon. The skimmer or scanner was attached here, and the tiny camera also used was over here, all to try and rip you off.
Over this thing was a black thing that looked just like part of the ATM.
As Ron Mabry made a withdrawal from this U.S. Bank ATM tonight, he noticed something strange.
Now I did my transaction. When I took it out, I noticed it jiggled a little bit. I ripped it off, and it's actually a separate scanning device that reads your card information.
Being a former bank employee, Mabry knew that what he had found was a skimmer, a device that looks something like this and records bank account information from ATM cards. Mabry also noticed that attached to the ATM was a brochure holder, something like this, and on that was a tiny camera recording personal PIN numbers.
They say it's probably been doing it just for a few hours when it's peak period, when people are going through. So that way they don't leave it on there too long and then they take it and download it to their notebook computer.
Mabry says he took the skimmer with him down to a nearby parking lot, and when he climbed out of his car to call police, he was attacked.
And this guy jumped me, mid-Eastern descent, and he ripped it out of my hand and ran across the parking lot with it.
Mabry says the man was on foot and quickly disappeared with the skimmer, and that this should be a warning to other bank customers.
I think I ought to look a little better. That's what I'm going to start doing after hearing about this story. So I'll look at the machine before I put my card in.
Now, the suspect is still on the loose tonight, and police say if you think you've used this ATM at 71st and 99W recently, you should call your bank to make sure no one has messed with your account. We are live in Tigard tonight. David Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
A former high school teacher in Staten will serve 30 days in jail for sexually abusing a student. Louis De Loretto received his sentence today. It also included 60 months probation. A jury found him guilty last month. His lawyer plans to appeal. A student says De Loretto rubbed his arm against her breasts back in April. De Loretto's lawyer says she misinterpreted his actions. Tonight, 2 parents say a Beaverton bus driver crossed the line when he disciplined their kids, and now that driver is under investigation. KPTV's Hillary Hutchison is live in Beaverton with more. Hillary?
Well, the Beaverton School District says every bus driver must go through extensive background checks and training, including how to handle a busload of energetic children, and they're required to follow a strict code of conduct. But tonight, some parents say one driver broke that.
These buses are resting tonight, but they'll be back on the job when they fill with kids in the morning. But one driver won't be back on the job. There's a substitute driver in his place after a parent filed a complaint this week.
I can't even put into words how upset I was at that moment in time. That's why I called the county sheriffs.
Chris Johnson says his 10-year-old daughter sits with his often rambunctious kindergartner to keep him in line on the bus.
5, and then I'm turning 6.
Last week, Lizzie says the driver got rough while yelling at her brother.
I tried to scoot out of his way, and then when he was done talking with him, he kind of shoved me back in my seat so I would get in there.
And this week, she says he grabbed her as she tried to get off the bus.
He wouldn't let go, and I wanted to say something, but I was too nervous to say anything because I was really anxious and a little bit scared.
The parent of another child says she saw the driver grab Lizzie.
I just didn't know what to think, and I knew that something wrong, and I didn't think that he's supposed to touch the kids. And
parents and kids say most bus drivers are patient, fair, and responsible, keeping kids safe while doing an often stressful job.
I think it's hard to be able to manage so many kids in the bus, but if you're not put up with this, better not to have this job, you know?
Kids should feel safe on the bus. Kids should not have to worry about if my bus driver is going to push me into a seat or if my bus driver is going to yell at me.
Talk nicer.
Yeah, talk nicer, he says. The sheriff's department has handed the case over to the school district. Now the district's safety and security officers are investigating, and the bus driver is on administrative leave tonight. We did try to contact him tonight, and we do know his name, but we are not releasing it to the public because he has not been charged with the crime. Reporting live in Beaverton, Hillary Hutchison, the 10 o'clock news.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
It did feel warmer out there today, didn't it? Well, temperatures up to average, 68 degrees. We haven't done that for a while. We've had a chilly start to October. Now, we've had rain offshore all day long. We'll let you know coming up if we'll see that rain move inland tonight.
Fighting the war on meth in the workplace.
My daughter's grateful. My mom's grateful she's got her kid back.
Fox 12 is on meth watch with companies who help their employees kick the habit.
Quick reflexes save a state trooper's life during a police chase, and it's all caught on tape.
Stopping a killer flu epidemic, why the president may call in the troops to fight a full-scale pandemic.
And will it be a shotgun wedding for Tom and Katie? We sort out the baby rumors for Tomcat.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
I think it's a little crazy.
The newest games, gadgets, and gizmos topping holiday wish lists.
The kids just say, wow.
Choose your favorite tomorrow at 5 on Good Day Oregon.
The new, intimidating Mitsubishi Raider. Available 230-horse V8 and the most towing capacity in its class. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
It's your last chance to call 1-866-SO-FAST-1 to sign up for Comcast's high-speed internet at only $19.99 a month for the first 3 months. You'll get unparalleled protection and 3 free downloads from McAfee Security Solutions, a savings of over $100. A 6,000 kilobits per second connection means faster downloads for online news, music, games, and so much more. Hurry, offer ends October 17. Sign up for Comcast's high-speed internet today by calling 1-866-SO-FAST-1 and get the service that's always safe, always fast, always Comcast.
All I want is the option.
Will the Supreme Court undo Oregon law? The assisted suicide debate takes a national stage, coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
So I guess I was just hoping she'd be more emotionally available, you know? We ask precious little of them.
Hey, how cute is that? Very. Is that titanium or carbon fiber?
Can I get an opinion here?
Some things just don't fit. Fortunately, there's a bank that does. Introducing Perfect Fit Loans from Sterling Savings Bank. The right loan at the right rate, perfectly matched to your needs.
I really like it.
Sterling.
No.
The Perfect Fit Bank.
What car are more Lexus, Cadillac, and BMW owners turning to? The all-new Chrysler 300. And Bob Lanfear's Beaverton Chrysler is loaded with 300. On sale. Get full Hemi power and American luxury. All wrapped in one hot car. At Bob Lanfear's Beaverton Chrysler, we have all the 300s to choose from. Get all-wheel or rear-wheel drive in Motor Trend's Car of the Year. You've got to drive the 300 to know that luxury comes standard in a Chrysler. And only at Beaverton Chrysler.
We've got the new 300s you're looking for at Beaverton Chrysler. Just by Bob and save.
You can't script October. The Braves won yet another division crown. Now, nothing less than a championship will do. While the Astros' incredible comeback has them believing they can go all the way. Thursday at 5 on Fox 12 Oregon.
A Southeast Portland man accused of murdering his 8-year-old half-sister broke down on the stand today. Police say that Aaron Newbarth stabbed his sister 18 times. when she tried to break up a fight between Newbarth and his father. The murder happened back in April of 2002. The case is just now going to trial because Newbarth had to undergo a mental evaluation. The U.S. Supreme Court seems to be divided on the legality of Oregon's assisted suicide law. The federal government wants to stop doctors in Oregon from giving terminally ill patients deadly doses of drugs. The new Chief Justice, John Roberts, was critical of the assisted suicide law during oral arguments today, but other judges disagreed. Justice Anthony...
Radio broadcaster from Tillamook, Mildred Davey, died last night. She began her career back in 1961 producing a radio show with a woman's point of view. The show, It's a Woman's World, aired 5 days a week for 44 years up until August. She's been in and out of the hospital ever since. Mildred Davey was 93 years old.
Broadcasting legend there. Well, caught on tape, a state trooper has a close call during a high-speed chase.
We'll take you along on the wild ride coming up.
Also, we are still a ways away from winter, but you can't tell that by this scene right there.
And some good news for a victim of Hurricane Katrina. We'll tell you how she struck it rich during a shopping trip.
Amazingly calm out there this evening. We had the clouds overhead, and that is keeping it quite warm as well. Take a look live outside around the region, and you can see we still have quiet conditions, pretty much like glass on the Willamette River. Does that mean a warm, sunny day tomorrow? Well, maybe not. Updated forecast coming up.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. Build your own newscast on kptv.com. With a few mouse clicks, you'll have a customized webcast. Build your own newscast from kptv.com.
Call or log on to waldorfcenter.com for information about Portland's premier plastic surgery center and medical day spa. Aging can be a beautiful experience.
It's truth time, Portland. Lots of radio stations claim they play all kinds of music, but only one station plays everything.
Unbelievable.
Introducing the all-new 97.1 Charlie FM. We play everything. Rock, pop, R&B, classics, Chinese gong music, everything. 97.1 Charlie FM. Check out Portland's newest radio station, 97.1 Charlie FM. We play everything.
You beautiful doll, you great.
It's the work of a truly heartless...
Ahead of us?
We sure can. By no means are we out of the risk of getting nice sunny weather. This is today the latest date that we have ever been 90 or above. So that's not going to happen again, but we can still hit 80 in the next 2 weeks. Forecast coming up.
Fire season may be over in the Northwest, but that is not the case in California tonight. Find out where at least 3 wildfires are burning at this hour.
Marion Barry is in trouble with the law once again. In the final cut, find out what the former D.C. mayor is accused of tonight.
And could the next big iPod be announced soon? What may be in store for the popular player?
And our news partners at KXL want you to know Talkfest 3 is coming up. It's this Friday night at the Rose Garden.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Hi, Leo Hillier and Diesel, Hillier's Mid-City Ford. We always have the best selection of all the new Fords you're looking for, like this F-150, the new 06 Explorer, a special Super Duty, something for the mountains, or the coolest vehicle for your family. If you can't find the Ford or deal, Hillier's Mid-City Ford will have it. That's why I say all Fords are created equal. Hillier's Mid-City Ford makes a difference. Let Diesel and I show you today. I-5 Woodburn exit.
Get all the best for your home and garden, all in one place. The Portland Fall Home and Garden Show. With 500 booths of products, services, and special show-only savings, there's no easier way to shop, compare, and save. Get big ideas from 6 beautiful concept gardens, plus take-home tips from helpful home and garden seminars. There's something for everyone. And see the Friskies for more experience. Only at the Portland Fall Home and Garden Show, October 6th through 9th at the Expo Center. Don't miss it.
The bird flu may soon become a countrywide crisis. We'll tell you how President Bush hopes to keep it from getting out of control coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
98.7 KUPL, the biggest hits.
Come a little closer, baby.
The biggest stars.
Keg in the closet, pizza on the floor. Left over from the night.
Have you listened lately?
Are you ready for a new chainsaw? Then you're ready for a Stihl, the #1 selling brand of chainsaw in the world. Right now, the lightweight, powerful MS-170 chainsaw is just $159.95. For the MS-210C with the Stihl easy-to-start system is now just $299.95. Plus, purchase select chainsaws and get a woodcutter's kit for just $24.95. Stihl chainsaws are available exclusively at over 8,000 Stihl dealers nationwide. For one near you, visit StihlUSA.com or call 1-800-GO-STIHL.
Tonight, we want to congratulate Heald College for winning this year's Grape Stomp. KPTV's own Andy Carson hosted the event tonight at Portland's Pioneer Courthouse. I love the outfit. And look at that. Pete Berryman, Kimberly Moss, and Drew Carney were the judges. There were 21 teams competing this year, and each team had 30 seconds to stomp the grapes into juice. And by the way, the juice right there will be used to make real wine.
Okay, Portland woman is now driving back home from Reno in a rental car after being kicked off of a Southwest Airlines flight.
Worries about the avian flu have the president considering some drastic measures to control a massive outbreak. Today, President Bush said he would use the U.S.
Fire season 2005 is heating up in California. The newest wildfire is threatening about 100 homes and has closed a freeway. That fire has burned at least 1,000 acres of brush east of Los Angeles. It burned to the edge of the 60 freeway. Drivers were passing within yards of the flames before the highway patrol closed a 10-mile stretch of that road. Air tankers, along with firefighters, are working to battle a brush fire near the U.S.-Mexican border in San Diego County. The 1,000-acre fire broke out this morning in Mexico and within 2 hours had spread into eastern San Diego County. A building was damaged. No others so far are threatened. And a blaze dubbed the Woodhouse Fire is burning in a canyon near Sacramento. So far, the flames have charred more than 500 acres. The fire is not threatening any homes at this time. Firefighters are trying to battle that blaze by ground and air, with fire engines, bulldozers, helicopters, and air tankers. We are on Storm Watch tonight, keeping a close eye on Tropical Storm Tammy. The center of the storm came ashore in North Florida today after skirting the coast. The storm...
Snow already at Snowbird Ski Resort near Salt Lake City. Heavy snows blanketing the area this week. The snow was joined by some strong winds, which clocked in at 70 miles per hour. About a foot of snow fell by the time the storm moved out.
It's cold. It's a pretty big storm.
This was a pretty abrupt weather change. On Saturday, I was standing up here in shorts and a t-shirt working at Oktoberfest, and now we're looking at snow and talking about the ski season.
No more snow today, though. In fact, temperatures are back up to close to 60 degrees now. From heavy snow to very heavy rain, about 9 inches of rain has fallen in Rush City, Minnesota. People living there are mopping up their flooded homes tonight.
Mark Nelson joins us now to look at our forecast. I was trying to be good, trying to get a little exercise. I was going to play a little tennis this morning, but it was drizzly out there.
It sprinkled a little bit.
Wet.
We had 1/100th at the airport.
That was enough.
That was enough to just kind of wet things down briefly. But we said just a chance for a sprinkle, and luckily things turned out pretty nice this afternoon. What did you notice this afternoon? It was warmer. A little bit warmer today. And we're going to stay with the warm weather. We're done with that chilly stuff. That's moved off into Utah and the Rockies. Now, take a look outside. This was such a great picture. I got to show it again. Look at the glass across the Willamette River. There's just no wind out there at this hour. Things are all quiet, and it'll stay that way through most of the night. Looks like very quiet winds across pretty much the whole region. Now, let's talk rain. We just finished up what we call our water year. Since our rain falls mostly in the winter and straddles 2 years each year, right? It straddles January and December. We had just under 30 inches. That was ending last week at the end of September. That's when our water year ends. That is our 6th year of below normal rainfall during the rainy season. We have to go back to those very wet 90s where we had almost double this. Average is about 37 inches a year, so we are a little bit below average, and we'll see how this water year turns out. Hopefully things will improve just a bit. It's cloudy, it's warm at 61 degrees. The winds are a calm at this hour, and the humidity kind of high. It's feeling a bit more humid out there. We had the easterly wind earlier today. That was a very dry wind coming through the gorge. And that has died down at this hour. 61 here in Portland, 60 at Dallas. It's a very warm night. 57 at Salem, 53 over at Redmond. Remember last night we had spots in eastern Oregon that were in the 30s. Now you see weather system actually just fell apart. Gave us some rain along the coast this afternoon. That has pretty much ended. This thing pretty much gone. We got a break for tomorrow, and then this front comes through tomorrow night. 2 weakening fronts that's very dry. Also want to mention offshore winds today. We had the easterly wind through the gorge. That is the same easterly wind that stretches all the way down the coastline into California. And in the case of California, it is just horrible down there tonight with hot weather, dry easterly winds coming off the mountains, going down slope. That dries it even further, warms it further. And then, of course, you get the fires. Some places I checked weather stations an hour ago, only 5 or 10% relative humidity, so the fire just spreads like that, like crazy. Up here in the northwest, no fires because we had the rain, but our cloud and rain forecast, you can see the clouds increase later tomorrow afternoon. That second system moves in. You see the rain come in tomorrow evening, I think at 10 p.m. tomorrow night during the newscast. We should have some light showers around showing up on our real-time radar. But Friday, it also moves out. Since it's moving in a little bit more quickly, it'll move out a bit more quickly. So by Friday afternoon, I think we will be dry once again. So 60 at Lincoln City tomorrow, 60 at Newport. Temperature-wise, not much change coming up for tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy skies and that rain showing up along the north coast late in the day. In the valleys, partly cloudy and mild temperatures right around 70 degrees. We've got mostly cloudy skies. And east of the Cascades, a real nice day coming up for tomorrow. More sunshine since we got rid of that first weather system. 71 at Bend, 70 at Burns, and not too chilly tonight compared to last night. 61 at Government Camp tomorrow. Lots of clouds in the Cascades. The snow level starts to lower. It'll go quite a bit lower tomorrow night, maybe down to 6,000 feet or so. And our pinpoint forecast from Storm Team 12 here in town. We start out at 51, a very warm night tonight. Average is in the 40s this time of the year. We top out at 66, much like today, maybe down a few notches. 67 at Hillsborough, 65 at Lake Oswego. East side of town, Gresham, about 64 degrees, and a light westerly wind through the gorge by afternoon. You see the question mark in there. I do expect a few light showers tomorrow night and Friday, and then dry through Saturday, but the question mark doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. What it does mean, just a very small chance for rain. Real weak weather systems come through here Saturday night and again Monday night, and they could amount to nothing. So basically a pretty pleasant early October forecast coming up. And right now, the only chance for rain over the weekend, Shauna will be happy, that it is not going to rain Saturday. I think we'll see a few showers, maybe briefly Sunday morning at best, and then same thing coming up for next week. Of course, Andy will have the latest tomorrow at 5.
A teacher makes a big mistake in tonight's Final Cut when he removes a classroom distraction. A snake pays for his eating error with his life. And is it a mix-up or is it really mission possible for Tomcat? Hear the couple's big baby news. This is the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Clean up, save.
Perfect savings.
New direction.
New location. New addition. Wherever you are in life,
You deserve a home that fits.
new tradition will walk you through the easy process of building a new home.
Bigger selection, better price, best installation. It all adds up, making Trinity Carpet and floor coverings simply better. Check us out at www.trinitycarpet.com.
New tradition. Building homes for life.
Building homes for life.
A garage guest becomes a dangerous pet.
I'm going to Biscayne tonight. Do a little bonfire.
I understand there are primates out there with some kind of killer disease. Why wasn't I called?
Jesse and Kira still out there.
Oh my God, but I have to find them.
You let them know how the dominant male becomes the dominant male, Tom.
Next on KV Local News at 11.
I think we have the ability to save people's lives based on proactive police work.
Being able to recognize people on drugs gets the Richland Police Department recognized by the state.
A pair of bomb threats are scaring off students and disrupting classes at this Walla Walla school.
Get ready for nice weather tomorrow, but this wants to change all that. What this means to your forecast coming up.
And the competition gets thick.
South as K2